Hey YouTubians, Miss Coop. I'm in the kitchen again, and I'm getting ready to make me a pot of beans. It's a rainy day, and I just feel like I want some beans, so I'm going to make a 15 bean stew. I guess that's what you call it. This is what I'm making. Okay, it is a 16 bean soup mix. There's my crock pot, and there's my bell peppers, my onions, my celery that I put in there. Here's a quick tip. Sometimes I purchase bell peppers, and in the past they were going bad, and so what I do is I put them in the freezer, and it makes it much easier to cut up. See, they're firm, they're nice and hard, and they can keep for longer than a week. So that's my quick tip. Freeze it. Okay, now I'm going to place some seasonings in my pot. Some cumin. I'm going to put over in there. Again, I'm going to say if you can cook, you can do this on the fly. An inch of cayenne pepper in here. Not much, just like a dash. Some black pepper. This is sugar. Again, a little sugar brings out the flavor. A little Himalayan sea salt. And of course, you guys know how I love my green sauce, of which I put that in just about everything. I only put 2 in there. It smells so good. Just, it ain't even cooking. I've been soaking my beans. I'm going to pour the water off of this. Okay, so it's rinsed and drained. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that over into the pot. This is 4 cups of water, and being that I'm not putting a meat in the pan or anything like that, that makes a water. Normally you would, if you use a some type of meat like chicken or something, it's gonna make a juice as well. And since I'm not putting that in there, and the only other thing is vegetables, I'm going to add enough water for the pan. I may, if I look over in the pan, I may add a little more, so stand by. Know that your beans have a tendency of expanding in the pot, and so it'll be important for you to make sure that there's enough water in the pan, because it's going to be absorbed. 6 cups of water. Now, what I like to do is to also, perfect, I'm going to throw a vegetable broth over vegetable bouillon. I'm using one of these vegetable bouillon cubes. I got 2 more in there. I usually use these when I make my oatmeal breakfast patties. You guys got the recipe? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. I gave y'all that recipe about 2 months back. Okay, hopefully some of you have been using that recipe. Okay, so I've added the bouillon cube, and at this point I'm not going to put any more seasoning in here, okay? I'm just going to stir it up, make sure everything is stirred up really good. Remember, I added the sugar, because the sugar is going to bring out the flavor. You won't need to taste the sugar, so don't put that much in there. Okay. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock her down at this point. Turn this around so you can see. On here, you see that it has a delayed timer. It has canning. It has soups, slow cooking. What is this? Rice and risotto. You can also cook beans, which is where we're going to be. You got fish. You got chicken. And of course, this is the adjustable timer, and this is to keep things warm. So I'm going to, on here, I'm going to press beans, and I'm going to increase there. 30 minutes. Okay, for my beans. We're gonna do this at 30 minutes. We're gonna let it cook. And what's gonna happen is, it's going to build up pressure, okay? One of the things that I need to make sure happens on here, so what I need to do is I need to make sure that this is directed right here. It's sitting right there. Let me see if you can see that. Okay, there's an arrow. You see the clock on there? And you see the pressure. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. It's on the clock. Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to build up pressure. We're going to wait 30 minutes for the food to be ready. That's how simple it is to use this. Normally it's just me eating this. My son might want some, I don't know. You can serve this meal over rice if you like. I like to eat it right by itself, make some cornbread, or, you know, have some biscuits, or, you know, the Wop biscuits. You know Wop biscuits? So I'm going to serve this with a little kombucha, that's my something to drink, and that's going to be dinner tonight. Okay, guys, it's been 30 minutes. It stopped. A lot of times what I like to do is stir the pot and set it for another 15 or 20 minutes. So let's see what's going on in our pot. You gotta let the steam out of the pot. Once the steam is let out, then I can safely open this. Once you don't hear any more sound whatsoever, you'll be able to open it. It won't let you open as long as it's some pressure pushing on the pot. You won't be allowed to open the pot. Here we go. Oh yeah. You can have some. Yes, you can. Let's see what we're looking at. It's not quite ready. Not quite. It's not ready yet. Okay.
It's not ready.
Not quite. No, it still needs some cooking.
I want some.
Now they're gonna give you some.
Okay.
Okay, but we're gonna set this for another 15 minutes.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, great. There you go. Lock down. I'm gonna set this for another 20 minutes. Okay. And of course, it's going to build up again. I have cooked my beans for another 20 minutes. And 20 minutes has passed. So that's a total of 50 minutes that I cooked my beans. Some people might like them less, you know, more firm. I like my beans a little on the mushy side, you know. So let's get a look at what we got here. Okay, now remember I used 6 cups of water. You may want less, you may want more. This is what I'm going to say. I use a little more water because normally when I put it up for the night and go and get some for the next day, the beans have soaked up the juices and it is not as it is not as thin as I would like it. And so I like my beans to be on the thin side when I cook them. And so normally the first day they're a little on the soupy side, and that's what I like. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a bowl. And I like a little hot sauce on mine. I'm going to use a little bit of this. My kids brought this back from Nevis. So, and trust me, you only want a little drop of that on you. You don't want a lot of this at all. That's kombucha. Join me at the table. And I have myself a beautiful meal here. Got there. I've already said my blessings. This is a delicious meal. It took me about 40 minutes to make. And, you know, on these cold, rainy days, the only thing this meal is missing is a little cornbread. Now, I really didn't want to make any cornbread today. Matter of fact, I didn't want any bread whatsoever because I kind of overdid it in the bread and pasta. So I decided I didn't want any either. But I did want some beans. The beans are fabulous. And washing it down with a little kombucha. Fabulous. So, guys, try this recipe. With the winter months coming, this is a fabulous meal to have. Like I said, make a little cornbread. How about some sourdough bread? Very easy. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave you guys. But I'm going to say try this if you can. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for keeping the sister strong. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.